Ladies, have you started spring cleaning yet? The carpets need cleaning, the drapes need dusting, and you and your man's lawns need mowing. They're talking about your pussies. Spring has sprung, and global leaders in below-the-waist grooming have the best tools for cleaning aisle 5 in your pants. Still talking about your pussies. Join the...
And penises.
Yep. Those two. Join the other 4 million individuals worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code FYB. Let's go. Hi.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another Monday episode of Find Your Beach.
I was thinking we could do a Find Your Peach episode in regards to butts.
Butts.
The butt emoji, peach.
And what would that include?
Sort
Sort of just fans sending in pictures of their butts? That won't lead to future litigation.
Nah, never mind.
Folks, it's been a wild week. It's been
Has it?
Yeah, because Mouse was on SNL last night.
Oh yeah, she made her big. Well, you were on SNL too. Your face.
Yeah, but Mouse has really taken over.
She changed her Instagram profile?
Said, I'm not, it now says I'm not Spade.
That's a lie.
Which is a lie. She is Spade, just so everyone knows. And, but she's lying about it. She's telling everyone, she's setting up interviews. She said she needs a publicist now. I'm like, okay.
Well, good luck paying for that.
Yeah. Nice work, Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to bankrupt this household.
You're going to ruin this family. Yeah, she apparently, I don't know if you knew this, but one of your producers at SNL said, can Mouse please stop DMing Jake
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, because I guess apparently she was like, hey, we were on the episode together. Why don't you follow back?
She said, why don't you follow me back?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why is she asking him that?
I don't know, but apparently she's going for gold. I mean, she's like, he's much older. He's way too old.
Way too old for her.
And also, I think he is in a relationship with a human.
Probably.
So.
Probably,
Jake,
yeah.
She is Spade, and she's also a teenager.
So don't write back.
Keep those on unread.
We have a couple of reviews from you guys that you've sent in, and I wanted to thank you for taking the time to head over to iTunes to leave us a review. It makes a big difference. Just spreads the word about the podcast. We all love it. Okay, so we got one from Fly Flannel. Subversive and scintillating. Is that how you say that?
Scintillating.
Whatever. Favorite new podcast from Flynn. Thank you very much, Flynn. Appreciate it. And if you guys have the time to go to iTunes and leave us a review, we really love it. You can also join the Patreon at www.patreon.com/findyourbeach, and you can get an extra episode every week from us, as well as there's tons of content on there, from Andy's hair restoration surgery
to flaming hot mozzarella sticks.
Early pandemic days.
And also, there's our live shows come out earlier. You get those a week early. Mm-hmm. Things like that. Lots of fun.
Great.
My special's just on there. I mean, it's everywhere. It's free, but, it's also on there.
Andy's special, Coward of Gramercy, streaming on YouTube. My special, Whiskey Fists, also streaming on YouTube. Anyway, plugs are done.
Well, I really quick want to welcome Susan Tao to the beach. Susan, welcome to the beach. Grab that Mai Tai. Grab that towel. Do not try to steal that towel. We've had a lot of you guys stealing towels.
Yeah.
And the beach.
We know we got a lot of freaky deaky people in here, but do us a favor. Wipe off with your own towel.
Yeah, don't do the thing where you. That's a great merch product.
What?
We should get
cum towels.
Right? It's like very on brand.
Kind of is.
All right, guys. I promise you that merch is coming out.
We have so many merch. We've had so many merch ideas that we've never followed through on.
Well, the postcards.
Postcards are on their way.
Some have arrived.
Postcards are in the mail. If you haven't gotten yours yet,
it's on the way.
Okay. Andy,
So, yeah.
you said you had a story for me while we were on our walk earlier.
It's not quite a story. It's actually going to be my new job.
Oh, great.
Are you excited?
Not yet.
It's completely up my alley. It's a great job for Andy.
Okay.
I think so apparently if you report somebody idling in New York City, if you videotape it and send it to the city with all of their info on there, they give you $90.
So you're going to be a professional narc?
I'm going to be a professional narc. It's going to be a great source of income. All I have to do is find 5 idling trucks a day, and I make $2,500 a week. I mean, that is easy.
That actually is pretty easy.
This guy, he made $125,000 last year. He has been beaten up a few times.
I'm sure.
But I think that's like, I hate idling. I'm all about the environment.
Uh-huh.
And I've wanted to become deputized by the city to penalize asshole drivers.
Uh-huh.
And I think this is just great. I think this is
when you brought this up, I thought to myself, here we go. Another imaginary life for Andy, where he gets to join the French army.
Foreign Legion.
Or he gets to walk up a mountain for fucking $50 a day. Mm-hmm. But this kind of fits into your lifestyle already.
I mean, I still haven't given up on crowdsourcing me climbing Mount Everest.
Right.
Which I think is what I'm going to do is I'm going to crowdsource it and try to get, like, I'm going to try to do it as like a fundraiser.
I feel like crowdsourcing trips that you take is something for women in their 20s.
No. This is a fundraiser where I'm going to get people to donate, and I will climb Mount Everest, but I'm going to try to raise a lot more money than the trip and give it to a very problematic organization. Like, we'll give it to,
Nobody, I want you to know, if you're listening to this, do not believe him. He will keep that money. Okay?
I have never done that. Just so you know, I've never kept money that was not mine. I've kept little bits amount of money, but not like.
You guys, do not believe him.
If I've never like taken fundraising money and like kept it for myself or anything like that. I'm not a dirtbag.
Okay, but in this case, you guys, he would. I promise you he would.
It's not true.
Because he would have the money in his hand and he would be like, well, it's not like this is going to cure breast cancer.
Okay, now I'm starting to see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd be
Put yourself in the position of a man who's holding a lot of cash.
I could pay off a little debt,
Yeah.
These kids aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
All right. Well, I still want to crowdsource my trip to the top of Mount Everest. But for the time being, professional narc.
Pro narc.
Isn't this a great job for me?
You're basically a cop.
Yeah. If I put on a cop uniform, people won't attack me.
Well, that's how it is. If you want to be a cop, you just put on the uniform, you get out there, you learn on the job.
Self-deputized.
Self-deputized cop.
That's what I'm going to start doing. Pulling people over. They're going to be like, are you even a cop? I'm like,
self-deputized,
ma'am.
Respect the badge. It's made of plastic.
This is going to be huge. Everybody watch out for Andy Haynes because he's telling on the working class.
Oh, Mouse is showing up all of a sudden.
Oh, wow.
She sees a camera rolling and she's like, oh, do the people want to see me?
Do you want to try a house sesh?
No, she's not going to do it.
We've had some big house sessions lately.
You and Mouse?
On the road trip to Boston, we got a really good one because there was a lot of sirens.
Nice. Hi, Mouse. Hello. Well, I've had probably the most insane week of my life.
Yeah.
Just
mentally. Not even activity.
Not even activity-wise. Mentally, when I'm on the job, I'm a pro. When I'm there, I'm working. I'm getting stuff done. So it isn't until I get home that I realize, oh, I am slowly losing my mind. Okay? I think it was around 3:30 in the morning on Mouse, get down. Get out of here. 3:30 in the morning on Wednesday?
I think it was Wednesday night, maybe Thursday, but it
Yeah.
was late one of those nights.
And I couldn't sleep, and I was thinking about
It was Wednesday night. No, that was the night we got in the fight.
whatever. I'm staring at the ceiling, and I'm just sort of imagining scenarios where my life would fall apart very quickly.
Totally
which is
normal.
like a nice way to sort of soothe yourself into slumber. And while I was doing this, I just thought, well, it can't be anything I'm doing because I'm perfect. So it's got to be in this scenario, it's got to be Andy, And I was like, his debt is going to ruin me someday.
Somehow, even though it's a nominal amount of money for you.
And I want to make it very clear that I am recognizing I was wrong and I was insane.
I'm glad that you said that because
before I tell this story,
it was a night of patience for Andy Haynes. I think I handled it very well.
I think you did too. You handled it insanely well. I was staring at the ceiling and I said, Andy, I got to look at your credit card statements. I got to look at do you have like some sort of spreadsheet where I can see how much debt you have and like which credit cards it's on and like how you're paying them off? And weirdly enough, Andy did have a full spreadsheet right on his phone. And here is where I do think you might have made a little teeny mistake, which is that he showed it to me. Because I said to him, I'm not going to be able to sleep until I look at this. As if it's like a blankie.
Yeah, just seeing the blanket of numbers that I owe to different financial institutions.
Oh my God. So I looked at this and then I started like making a plan. I was like, okay, well, here's what we'll do. You got to pay this one off, and then I want to see you cut it up and throw it in the trash. Okay, end of the month, I want to see you cut it up. I want to see it gone.
Well, that's not just what you did. You looked at it. You asked what each interest payment interest was.
Which, by the way, the interest rate is like 17%, which I was like, what?
And she also she asked me because I took out.
If you make the interest rate 17% on a credit card, if you agree to a credit card that's 17% interest, you're just never going to pay it off.
Well, most credit cards are that. It's you do a 0% and then it goes up.
Crazy.
Listen, show business has not extended its hands to me, and so I'm waiting for that warm embrace. But for the time being, it's it's managing. And anyways, she kept on being like, "Why did you do this?" Like I did it because I was like, well, Firefest was happening.
Well, I was trying to figure out.
Like I just was like.
I was trying to figure out how someone accumulates that much debt. Which it's not like an unreasonable amount of debt, but it's not like a small amount.
It's a Camry.
Yeah.
It's like a Toyota Camry of debt.
Yeah.
And it's fine. I have a plan. I'm dealing with it.
But I was fully spiraling out of control. Like by the end of the night, Andy, to make me go to sleep, was like, all right, I'm just going to quit comedy and I'll get a real job. And I was like, I don't want you to get a real job. I'm not saying, I just started freaking out.
Yeah.
And
then she left because.
Yeah, I stormed out at one point to go sleep on the couch and then.
Came back in.
Didn't even make a point with it. Like sat on the couch for 5 minutes, didn't even lie down. Came back in.
And then also...
Was mad that he didn't follow me out to the couch.
Was mad that I didn't... After she has told me that I, have ruined her life. She was mad that I didn't...
I didn't say
no,
that
you didn't say ruin my life. But you were like...
That.
After this, it's a sensitive subject for me. Money. She was like, why aren't you embracing me? And I was like, I don't know. You've just brought up all of my greatest shames and fears. And... you've made them real. But
yeah.
I didn't get mad. I was like, I think she's, how the kids might say, on one. And so I just kind of said, hey, you know what? I'm going to get off the road. I'm going to quit comedy. I'll still do it at night when I can, but I'm going to get a real job, and I'm going to start taking care of us.
Oh my God.
So I woke up and I started applying for jobs.
I can't believe that's the funniest part about it, is that you took it seriously enough the next day to like start looking for jobs. I'm really sorry about that.
I mean, I want a real job. Like, I'm so sick of being a mercenary. Like,
What's a mercenary?
just like 2 days of freelance here, 4 days of manual labor, a gig in a bar in Pennsylvania. Like, I want to wake up and go to work.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even care if I'll commute. I'm done. I don't want to be a jack of all trades anymore. I hate it.
Well,
I loved when I worked at Bleacher Report, and I got up and I got my cup of coffee and I went to the train. I listened to a podcast, did my commute, I loved it. I didn't care time of day, people, any of that. I love routine.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it wasn't the worst thing.
Right.
For you to freak out, because it's also like on my mind. But you were crazy.
I was fully insane.
You were pretty crazy. And it was fun too, because the next day we got to talk about it with other comics, and they were like, "Oh, I see. You're in a abusive relationship. You have Stockholm syndrome."
That is like, I was like sitting there going, in the back of my mind going like, this is what abusers do. They like force people to like hand over their finances. And I was like, I'm being abusive. I'm being an abusive person. And then I woke up the next day and I went up to Andy and I was like, I'm really, really sorry, which is also what abusers do. And I was like, I don't know what came over me last night. Mm-hmm. I fully want to apologize and say that I'm ashamed. And he was like, it's okay. And I was like, it's really not okay.
My favorite part of the night, though, was right as we're about to go to sleep, right as we finally calm down, Rosie is on her side. She's angry that I'm not coddling her.
I mean, crazy.
And I reach for the remote because Rosie falls asleep before me and the TV's on and I turn the TV off. And she goes, "Why are you grabbing the remote?" And I go, "Because, you might fall asleep." And she goes, "It's really controlling."
Oh, my God.
After she just asked me to please pull out my tax documents for the last couple of years.
I'm going to regret talking about this on the podcast.
Oh, no. Everybody, here's the thing. No matter what you say on this pod, there's like two people that come on my side and everybody else is just like, "Yes, girl, don't let this broke boy break you."
Nobody's going to say that. No, this is one of those situations where people are going to be like, "Oh, I like Rosebud, but she's wrong."
I don't know.
But anyway, I mean, I don't think it's unreasonable to like worry about your husband's finances or to worry about your spouse's finances. But I think that waking him up at 3:30 in the morning and demanding to see his credit card debt is, I just wouldn't highly recommend that to anybody.
No.
Especially if you're like trying to fall asleep. I had taken an Advil PM. I was waiting for it to kick in. It wasn't kicking in, and I needed the sleep so badly.
Yeah.
Like, I got to a point this week where at one point someone was standing in my office and I thought they were the printer. I did not know a person was there. And when I turned to look, I screamed. I was like, "Oh my God, I thought you were the printer."
It's bad too, because you still socialize. Like, you don't really prioritize sleep even when you need it.
I was trying to.
But like Wednesday night, you stayed out till, I don't know, 2 a.m.
Yeah, man. I'm like,
got to see your friends.
No, I think Wednesday night because Tuesday's writing night, so we were up until, I got home kind of early for a Tuesday. I got home at like 4 a.m. And I usually get home around 5:30 a.m., fall asleep at like 6, get 4 hours, and then go to the table read. But like, I'd gotten home at 4 a.m. And so I think I got a little too much sleep. Because on Wednesdays, I'm usually just like running on fake adrenaline that my body's producing out of because it's in survival mode.
You're going to start like, you're going to like create some like hormonal imbalance where you just start growing like facial hair.
I literally feel like that.
You're just, your
Don't
body's
say
like,
that. Don't say that. I feel like that's happening.
your body's just going to be like, we are living in a wasteland.
You don't understand.
We must protect
Andy,
the body.
You can't say that kind of thing. I'm already thinking about that. I'll be lying in bed being like, my teeth are going to fall out. I don't know why, but I feel like my teeth are going to fall out.
You're going to get facial hair.
No.
That's going to be so funny.
It's not funny.
Well, guess what?
Huh?
You got one more show before the break, and then you got 3 more shows, and then it's back to...
It is going by kind of fast.
Showbiz baby Rosebud. Sleeping in, chilling out on the couch.
Oh my God, this summer's going to be the best.
Yeah.
I'm just going to rest.
I'm going to rest and relax.
It's going to be so nice. Can't wait.
Yeah, so that's good. I mean, I think you're doing pretty good for, like, we got in one fight on Wednesday.
We got in one little fight.
And my mom got scared, and she said, you're moving back to Seattle and getting a job at the hospital being a transporter. Yeah, no, I mean, we haven't really, I think we've done pretty good because we haven't really had, like, a big blow up. We got in a pretty big fight on Wednesday night, but it kind of blew over pretty easily. And then Thursday was our financial review. And then that's like really the only fights we've been in. We haven't had a lot of like, and I think for the amount of
What would you
stress
say we
you're under-
average for fights? Like how often? Real ones.
Real ones? Maybe once every 2 months? Once
Really?
every 3 months? Like fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a lot. We're actually pretty good. I think I
would say like 3 or 4 a year.
Yeah, I would say that. And they're like, because we don't hold back what we're saying, you know? Like we're pretty good about being like, you're being a bitch right now. And then also.
Yeah, Andy will be like, you're mean.
Yeah. That's how I greet her. But also we like.
Sorry, it's COVID.
I think a lot of things where you would be like where most couples would just like eat that and save it, you know? I think we kind of talk about everything right away.
Yeah.
So like what normal people's fights are just our like daily interactions. Cause we just go like, hey, that was fucking annoying. And then I go, oh God. Cause it's not like we built it up into this, like we didn't save it for this big dump.
Before you were in this relationship, do you think that you were like would you say that in fights you were the person that always like admitted they were wrong first?
No, definitely not. I would leave. I did a lot of leaving. I was really good at that. Had a couple relationships end on a leave.
Uh-huh.
You know, all right, cool. I'm going to go. And then I guess that's damaging. So...
Is it damaging to leave?
I guess.
When
that's
you're
what
fighting?
I was told.
I feel like it's not that bad because you're like removing yourself. You're like, I don't want to say anything I'm going to regret, so I'm going to leave.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've only done that a couple times. I don't know. I don't feel like we fight a lot. I feel like we annoy the shit out of each other and then we kind of get space because of just the way our life works. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely have never had a fight in this relationship like any of my other relationships, meaning like as bad as my other relationships. I've never had a fight in a relationship where I was like, oh, this might be the end, you know, or like that's going to leave a mark kind of thing.
You've never had a fight like that in this relationship?
Yeah, we've never had a fight where I was like, oh, that's going down in the record books, you know?
Oh.
Because we just don't fight like that. We don't. Like
I'm just planning one right now.
You went for a walk one time. I remember that. You went for a walk during a fight. You were like, I have to fucking go. I think it was in LA.
I don't think that's bad. I think going for a walk is like a sign of two people who are like mature.
I would go and I would sleep at a friend's house type of thing. That's what I would do. I'd be like, all right, I'm out of here. Or I'd sleep in my office or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool that I had an office. I liked that.
Yeah.
So we've talked about our relationship and the house and my new job.
I'm kind of fascinated by like when people, I was talking to somebody else at work this week and they were like, oh, when I'm in a fight, like I always am the one that apologizes first. Always. Like I'm always the one that's just like, all right, I was wrong. And then like there was one time that he mentioned where he said to his wife, and just so you know, I'm not going to apologize first. So this time, this is on you. This is your fault. And that's it. And I was like, that's kind of cool to have that in your back pocket.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm one or the other. Like, sometimes I'll admit that I was wrong. I think I'm like 50-50.
Yeah, I think we're 50-50. I mean, I don't know. Like, I just don't even like our fights don't stick out to me like as big moments. You know what I mean? I think we're pretty good. What was the other thing? I was going to say something else.
I did start laughing in the middle of a fight this week with you. That
Really?
was pretty funny. You were like upset about something, and I forget what it was, but it was like, I think I didn't understand what you were upset about, and then you explained it to me, but it was something that hadn't happened yet. It was something that you were imagining happening.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, so you're this upset about something that hasn't happened?
Not out of the picture.
And
for good old Andy.
I was cackling, and Andy was so mad.
Yeah. Yep. I was pretty mad.
It was pretty funny.
Now. I do remember that now. I love being laughed at while I'm fighting with somebody. It's one of my favorite things.
It's funny to see someone be really mad. That used to happen to me when my mom would yell at us as kids. When my mom would get really, really upset and she just looked crazy, I'd be like, you're fucking nuts, lady. You know what you need? Manscaped. Manscaped has the full package your household needs for spring cleaning this year. The Performance Package 4.0 is the only tool you need to keep the lawn smooth and smelling fresh.
Again, they are talking about your genitals. It's not
And your
actual
mom's.
lawns.
And
yeah,
your mom's.
Your mom's puss. To start off your spring cleaning, use Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer to get the most precise shave to keep both your hedges clean and smooth. Did we mention it's waterproof as well? No need to worry about watering your grass with this tool.
You guys have been there, right? Where you're in a bind, you're trying to shave, your water supply's low, and you're like, I'm just going to do a dry shave.
But this is actually,
and you know what happens when that happens, when you do that.
But this is also saying that you can do it in the shower.
I know. I'm doing a thing.
Oh, okay.
What is wrong with you?
Sometimes you're not that obvious.
Anyway, it's waterproof, so no need to worry about watering your grass with this tool. Equipped with an LED light so you know exactly what you're doing down there.
You can do it in the dark.
This tool is so good. You could do it in a coal mine.
You could do it in the Mariana Trench.
Yeah. It's so good you'll want to buy yourself one after you see how smooth he is down there. Yeah, because that's what I every time I take a gander downtown,
smooth nuts
on Andy Haynes.
Yeah,
I'll say to myself, "What the
God? I wish my pussy
hell
looked like
did you
his
run a
nuts.
Zamboni over this thing?"
Help
Anyway,
him smell the roses with the Weed Whacker. This nose and ear
hair trimmer provide proprietary skin safe technology. Say that 3 times fast. Skin safe, which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes.
And I will tell you this. I know this is going on for a long time, but here's the thing. I have tried many different things to keep the boys fresh.
And to keep his hole clean.
Yeah, keep my hole clean. My love cave. And my man gash. And I've cut myself a lot. I used to do it with scissors. I've cut the boys.
You did it with scissors?
Yeah. Scary. And I used to use like paper scissors, so they were like fucking sharp, and I would cut my scrotum.
And they've got these nose hair trimmers, you know. So once you clear your nose out, you got a clear path, right?
Mm-hmm. So you can stick
into your nostrils. So you're gonna want to get rid of that foul ball smell with the Crop Preserver and Crop Reviver. The Crop Preserver is an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer, and the Crop Reviver is a spray-on toner for your balls.
Hell yeah. These formulations seriously will leave him smelling like fresh flowers.
Finish off his grooming routine with the Plow 2.0, the perfect razor for the finest shave on his face. This razor seriously is a game changer on your legs, so you'll have to buy enough for both of you. The start of spring also marks the start of Testicular Cancer Awareness Month this April. Manscaped has partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society to bring awareness to testicular cancer, men's health, and early cancer detection. Manscaped is committed to raising awareness for the most common form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35 and giving support for fighters, survivors, and families impacted by testicular cancer as part of their We Save Balls initiative. Have him smell oh so fresh and clean this spring with the shave you want for both of you. Get 20% off free shipping with the code FYB at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code FYB at manscaped.com. Out with the old grooming habits and in with the new Manscaped, folks. We love you. Get your balls cleaned up and
save the balls
and get your junk cleared out.
Get your
ladies.
Mow your pussies. You know.
Don't say that to the women that listen to this. Okay, I can say that. Don't say that to them.
Okay, but you know,
you're gonna upset them.
Just don't have a bush. It's not good. We don't like it.
Excuse me?
We don't like bushes.
You don't like bushes?
If we're gonna put our face down there,
what if I tell you that you're not allowed to comment on what you like on a woman's body anymore? You're not allowed to say it.
Okay, well,
what do you think? Me Too's over? You think Time's Up is over?
I just want to thank my wife for always having a trim bush.
Shut up. Don't talk about my bush. And don't act like it's always trim.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Come on.
Sometimes
We've been married
it's
for 2 years now.
Sometimes
and
it's like
I kept it up for long enough.
Where the wild things are.
You goddamn right it is.
Okay.
Because that is where the wild thing is.
Yeah.
My pussy. It's wild.
Don't say that.
My pussy's wild.
Don't say that out there. I don't want people knowing that.
It's got teeth.
Oh, okay. You can say that. Vagina dentata. Also, this happened in Amsterdam. Thieves stole $25,000 worth of cheese.
Yeah, I saw that. Don't care about that. But vagina dentata. Let's talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah?
Did you learn about that in gynecology?
No, I learned about that in...
That's where gynecologists go to school.
Pre-med.
Gynecology.
I learned about it because there is a Native American legend, and I had to read this book of Native American legends for some English class in high school, and one of them was about a vagina dentata.
Did it mean a vagina with teeth?
That's what vagina dentata is.
That's a real thing?
Yeah. There's a lot of like...
There's real pussies with teeth?
No, it's a
myth.
It's a myth that has gone from multiple cultures.
It's probably a myth that like sort of spread when there was a woman who had like intelligence and they were like, sure, you know, her pussy has teeth. You know? It was like
probably
just a very smart woman that threatened men's ego.
I think that's definitely part of it, but I also think that a big part of it was that probably like there was so much sexual violence in history that one bitch got out there and she was like, I'm cutting dicks off. And the guy was like, I don't know how she did it. There must have been teeth down there, you know? Like, it was just like, this woman didn't outsmart me. It was that her vagina was
You'd
magically
think it was that
evil.
bad. You would think it was that bad, but I bet it was just like, there was like the first funny woman. And men were like, her pussy's got teeth. You know? You would think it would take slicing a man's dick off for a rumor like that to spread about you.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Did you ever, because you were a real hoe bag in high school, did you?
Thank you.
have rumors ever spread? Like, were people like, Rosebud blew the entire football team underneath the bleachers?
No, I wasn't really like in like that.
You were a cheerleader, though.
No, I was kicked off the cheerleading team.
Oh, for too big of a bush. It was sticking out of your shorts.
Yeah, they were like, that thing is distracting. We got players tripping all over your bush.
Yeah.
You're going to have to sit this one out.
Okay.
And so I did. No, but I wasn't like there were no rumors like that spread about me. But I also was so fucking high all through high school. I honestly, if there were rumors spread about me, I wouldn't have known about them.
You were a real Janis Joplin type, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of a sloppy good time.
I wouldn't say that. I was really like, I had the same boyfriend all through high school.
A guy I have to kill now. Sorry, dude. You gotta die. You touch my wife's beaver.
Wow.
And I protect the goddamn dam. All right? This is Wood's Law.
What's getting into you
This
today?
is Wood's Law. I've been deputized, okay? I'm doing a lot of enforcing.
Self-deputized.
Self-deputized. I'm coming after your high school boyfriend and any other man that's touched you.
Okay.
I better plan this trip. There's a lot of guys to go after.
Why do you keep saying that I'm a whore?
Because it's funny.
Here's the thing about you, Andy, is that you are literally from 1997. Every time you're like, you're a whore, you don't understand that like women don't give a shit about that anymore.
I don't think you're a whore.
It doesn't read, and no one's like hearing you and going like,
Do you think I don't give a shit that you banged a lot
you
of guys.
do have a little bit. You're a little bit of like a Christian boy.
No, not at all. I'm not. I'm
You're
not.
a prude.
I'm not a prude.
I'm not a prude.
I was never into like, I knew a lot of guys that would like sleep with a girl that was like, quote unquote promiscuous. And I never wanted to be with somebody like that because I could recognize that like came from a place of like self-hate, like when somebody was like sleeping around a lot in high school.
How do you know that came from self-hate? How do you know that she didn't just like to fuck?
Because we were 16. What do you mean? I don't know. Maybe she did, but it just always seemed to be like sad.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a little bit of slut-shamey stuff in your voice there.
No, I don't think that.
If a woman has sex a lot, why would it mean that she hates herself rather than just enjoys sex?
I don't know. When a girl is like 16 and gets like blackout drunk and bangs a guy every week, I think that's usually not
well, that's just getting blackout drunk.
You know what I mean? Have you seen the movie? Like, I just don't think like it's great when teens like, have a lot of like.
I don't know. I think you're a little judgmental.
All right. Well, let's look back at the record books. I think that whatever. I'm not going to defend this. You just let our daughter just bang it out.
Yeah.
She can just bang whoever.
Listen, I'm not the one that made Mouse who she is.
Who is?
You are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
You know why?
Why?
Because you're slut shaming.
Okay.
And so she said, I'm going to disappoint my dad.
Yeah.
She was rebelling against you and your old ways of thinking.
Well, I just think that I'm right. Because
you're not though, but okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm. No, I don't think you can defend this. You're just doing a voice now. You're not actually making an argument.
Okay.
That's cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, we should end this episode because one of
We're
the
gonna
hosts
get in our
is
third
getting
fight of the week.
really annoying. One of the hosts is just kind of on one again. So we're gonna put her down for a little nap.
I hope you fucking trank me.
Yeah. We did talk about that during that fight or the day after that. I was like, I wish I had a trank gun that I could just hit you with once in a while.
I do too.
Yeah. Be like, oh, somebody needs a nap.
Honestly, it's better than coming.
Don't
Just
hide in the
hit me
closet.
with a trank gun. Put me out for a couple hours. I need it. I can barely keep my eyes open right now.
Do you have any live dates you want to plug?
Yes, I do. Andy and I are going to be at Moon Tower Comedy Festival starting April 20th. And we got a little message about that from one of our listeners, Mandy Bradford. She is turning, I won't say her age publicly in case you don't like that.
But her birthday's the 22nd.
22nd of April. And she planned to come to Cleveland but as a celebratory thing to do, but the show's canceled. Fuck. Mm-hmm. Fuck, I'm really sorry. The show in Cleveland is canceled because I'm going to be shooting the new season of Inside Amy. Okay. But she said, bummed, but onward. Should I avoid work entirely and make the trip to see Moon Tower Fest and see both of you instead? Obviously, yes, but curious of your bad advice angle. Hugs and toe jam forever. Mandy.
Mandy, of course, you should...
absolutely come to Moon Tower.
I think the best thing you should do is you should make an excuse to skip work where you definitely will be caught.
Yeah.
Like on TV or something like that. Like maybe... go to like an Austin soccer game and sits like next to the sidelines so that the camera catches you.
Yeah, and make sure that you don't have a ticket that allows you on the sidelines so that the camera catches you making a scene.
Yeah, actually streak at the soccer game so that you get like full coverage. And then your boss will be like, I thought you were sick, but I just saw you. And then go, that wasn't me.
Not me.
That wasn't me. I'm sick. I'm in bed right now. I can't move. I got BA2.
Like, but I can hear a crowd behind you chanting.
That's just the TV.
Okay. Well, listen, if I see you on TV, I'm watching you on TV.
Side note, sir. I am sick and I am bedridden right now, but I would like to know if you could actually bail me out of the Austin jail, because I'm also under arrest.
Yeah.
See, Mandy? That's
the way you
birthday.
do it. That's a birthday.
That's how you do a birthday.
That's how you celebrate.
This weekend, I will be in the Seattle area, Friday at the Vera Project in Seattle, and Saturday somewhere in Tacoma. It's on my Instagram. I don't know the exact thing, but I'm just opening for Brandon Wardell. Come out and see an old and young comic. And then I don't think I'm on the road besides Moon Tower until mid-May. I think it's the 19th and 20th, or 20th and 21st. I will be at Helium in St. Louis in the tiny room doing tiny jokes with a tiny microphone.
But please make sure that you do go to Moon Tower and get your tickets to Find Your Beach.
Yeah, we need you guys there.
Come out to Austin.
We'll
do a beach party.
We will do a beach party. I'm going to be at Barton Springs every day challenging teens to diving.
Male teens.
Whoever
I don't know if that's better.
Whoever wants to go.
Anyway, we'll see you guys there. We love you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting us. Wash your hands. Don't lick your lover's eyeballs. Don't spit in their mouths. And don't ask to see their credit card statements. We love you. Bye.
Bye.